Hello eBayers, and welcome to this eBay auction video for this fabulous Esterel Folding Caravan. Now if you're new to folding caravans, I shall be doing a demonstration of putting this down towards the end of the video. You perhaps might be forgiven for thinking it's just a normal caravan until you look at the mechanics of the thing, and as we'll see later, it will all fold to about that height, which is of course very good for towing and storage, because you can keep it in a garage then, should you wish to. Now showing the outsides, the very lightweight these. I think the gross weight, if you fill it up with all your suitcases allowed, is 850 kilos. Based on that, it must be no more than 700 kilos, I'd have thought, empty, perhaps a bit less. This one is missing its fridge, so that's going to keep it a bit lighter. Anyway, I'm just going to show you the outside and then we'll see the inside. It is a 20+ year old van, 1980s, somewhere thereabouts. I'm not sure how you tell exactly when. So as you'd expect, there's a few signs of age showing. Nothing a little bit of hammerite wouldn't fix there. Now I've replaced the gas struts. A lot of these are very difficult to put up otherwise. So at great expense I've changed all those. You could clean this up with some T-cut actually and probably lose the motifs there now. Importantly, all the tyres are good, including the spare, but the two running ones are as new as you see there. It tows very well with auto run brakes, which are fabulous. Unusual this one for the length of it, because it's a 4-berth. That's where the water pump plugs in for its electrical and water connection. Hookup lead included as well, which goes in there. Let's have a look around the other side. So obviously that's the rear. These being made in France, the door is on the off side to us, near side to them. So hence the doors on this side. Now there is just one area of concern here. I say of concern, it's never been a problem to me. This at some point has pulled upwards. When I came to replace this strut, it was a bit too long, and I wondered that it could have been a bigger strut that's caused that over the years. Now I've put a weaker strut back, but it's the right length. The full strength one is included, as is another spare new strut, but I didn't put the full strength one on because I was concerned it would pull this too far up. It's not a problem because of course when you're towing this, it's all flat and compressed anyway, and this lid comes down over it, so it's all secure. And when it's up, as you can see there, there's no worry about the structural integrity. It's just when it is up, you're going to get damp through there, which say that the times that you use it and it's up isn't a major problem. And I haven't used this all this year yet, so it's not had a chance to get wet. It's all fairly dry there. So someone, previous owner, had to go with silicone there. You could make a repair coming all the way over. You do what I do, just leave it as it is. It's just one of those things with these caravans. The chassis there, you see galvanised, auto run brakes. Gas bottle lives in here, which is butane. The regulator, turn it on, just move that thing there. Room for a spare bottle as well. Fiberglass of this is in good condition. That's the aerial for the radio, which is inside. I shall show you when we go in, which I know you're very keen to do, but I'll just hold you back there a second. This is for the awning. When you put the awning on, there is a, you know what one of them is? A 13 amp socket and a cigarette lighter socket in there. So you can plug all your vitals in there, like the fridge, for electric or 12 volt. And that's obviously really useful when the awning goes on. I've never used the awning, but the previous owner is supposed to have only used it once. I've got all photos of that. I've never put it up. I'm sure it's quite straightforward with the awning rails on the top there. So that's included as well. Yeah, we'll go on. We're going to get in. I'll just show you that tyre. Here we go. Fabulous light and airy interior. A lot of these, being 1980s, they had some very strange taste in colours, and I think bright orange was the favourite for the curtains. These curtains have been replaced, as you can see. We've also got fixed blinds, which are removable. I have 2 blinds for the big 2 windows, which are off at the moment, included, but the strip has got a bit bent, so it wants one of those soft wire, this sort of thing, using instead, if you wish to have these. I personally take them off. I think it's easier. But anyway, we'll just give you a taste of that lovely 1980s. That is the original floor covering, which of course very glad to cover up with this nice beach effect. Not spongy at all, it's a good solid floor. We've got the wardrobe, that's me, hello. Inside the wardrobe, which all collapses down. We'll get to that. Kitchen, well, you're in the middle of the kitchen now. We've got the sink there, even remember the kitchen sink as they say, and the cooker. 2 hobs. This one, the plate's loose, and I just did a temporary repair with copper like that, and it's been fine. I'm going to try and get a better cap if I can find one. Try and get a better way with that. If not, I'm sure there's some quick fix that's possible there. It's just the tabs are broken off. They could do with being welded on. Grill under there. Cupboards. As I said earlier, there's no fridge with this one. The fridge would have been there. It's been taken out. You could put one in. The gas supply is here. However, I just use the electric 12 volt type you can get from Halfords for 30 quid. You can run them on the mains as well. Keep them cool. Put everything in the house before you go. Put them in the car when you're going, and stick it in there when you're stopped. So that's the way I did it. But you could easily replace that with a 3-way fridge, as was original, because you've got all the fittings and vents in place. This side, this looks like it's had a new wheel arch at some point, which is a good job. They were frequently problematic because they're only flimsy plastic. This is the gas line for the cooker, because it obviously all comes down. The water line, that's for the waste. I'll show you that. That's the old pump, that's not connected. That can come out, frankly. I'm not sure why it's still in. Perhaps there was a spare. And originally it would have been a do that with your foot job. But electric water pump now, luxury of that. I'll just close that up. Electrics, we've got a newly rewired 240 volt system. Looks to have been done in quite recent times, with lots of sockets. 1, 2, 3, 4, any more? 5. There's at least 5. There's the leisure battery, 110 amp hour leisure battery. You can turn the 12 volts on and off by that switch. There's the RCD unit for the 240. With the 12 volt on, we've got strip lights 1 and 2, and a little light under there. The clever thing with this is it's wired to those 3 switches as a master switch, so I can actually turn all the lights on and off as I enter the caravan or leave the caravan. You're wondering why that one's not come on. If I can find the cable, this has got a little additional switch there and a switch there, so you've got to make sure they're all on. I've just turned it off there, and well, hey, you have light. We've also got an Alpine radio cassette player there, which has speakers built in there. Turn it off via that switch. Shoe aerial for the front.